Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be my first impressions of the makeup and beauty products I got for Christmas. So trying them all out, having a little fun. I'm going to create this random look with it, with my beauty products I had for Christmas. And I'm also going to be answering, or not even answering, but reading out some of the assumptions people have about me. So yeah, if you're interested in that, then keep watching. Hi and welcome to today's video. So in today's video I am going to be trying out some of the beauty products that I got for Christmas. So there's two main products I'm going to be trying out, and I just thought, you know what, I was going to do this off camera anyways. Why not have a little bit of fun on camera doing it? So the two main products I'm going to be trying now are the NIKKIE Tutorials eyeshadow palette, which is this one here. And I'm going to have a little play with that for the eye look. And for actual makeup application, I got the Spectrum brushes set. I'll quickly show you them now. So it is literally all of these brushes. I'll take them out of the packaging so it doesn't rummage around so much. So basically what I've gone ahead and done is watched a few tutorials on Instagram, on YouTube, about how people prefer to apply their makeup with the Spectrum brushes. So I'm going to kind of merge that in with how I would normally apply my makeup, if that makes sense. So normally I would apply my whole foundation with a beauty blender, but I'm actually going to just apply a concealer and stuff with my normal beauty blender, and then try some foundation application with these brushes, because I've heard really good things about them. But I'm not really a foundation brush application girl, but I did definitely want to give it a try. But nevertheless, I will use these brushes for something else if I don't use, obviously I put my powder on with brushes and stuff anyways. But I thought I'd give some of these techniques a go. Obviously I'm not a makeup artist, so this isn't going to be the best, and my skin is not cooperating today. But if we waited for a good skin day, this video would never happen. So yeah, I'm going to try a few. Spectrum actually have a link on their page of what brushes you should apply for what parts of your face. So I'll link that below, and I'll link a couple of the videos I watched. One of the really good ones is by Georgia Rose. She is on Instagram, Georgia Rose MUA. I'll put her Instagram below. She did an IGTV of how she applies her makeup, and I really do love her makeup methods. But yeah, there's loads online anyways if you do want to look into it. So I just thought we'd do a little chatty video of me trying out the makeup products. Like I said, this is the first time I've tried them out, so who knows how it's going to go. And obviously you kind of learn things as you go, so maybe it might not work today but it would work another day. Also, I have decided to add in some little assumptions in here. So I've been loving the videos on YouTube that are what are your assumptions about me? Now, I put it on Instagram knowing I wouldn't get many responses, which is why I thought I'd include it in this video. So obviously I'm not an influencer, I just have my friends on Instagram mainly. So my friends are the ones who have replied to it, so there's no juicy ones. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to give you that clickbait, don't worry. Yeah, so I'm just going to talk about assumptions of me, things like that. I only put it up an hour ago, so to be honest, I've literally had only a couple responses. But yeah, let's just get into the video already. Literally my intros take so long. Let's go. Okay, so just quickly before I start my actual makeup application, I just wanted to show you that all of these Spectrum brushes, there's actually literally so many, I can't lift them all up. They all actually have their name on them, so I'll mention that either when I'm doing it or put it on screen so you know. But just for example, there's this brush here, and it obviously says Spectrum, and then here, which is probably not focusing right now, it just says A18, so you'll know exactly what brush to use. And this is what I'm talking about on the Spectrum website. It actually tells you A18 works under the eye as well, or it doesn't say under the eyes, I don't know what it says, but that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. So if you do really want to know how to use these properly, that is a great place to start. But without further ado, let's start the makeup. So I'm going to do eyebrows first. I'm literally just going to do the soap brows first. I'm not actually going to fill them in first. I personally like to use the Pears soap because it's a transparent soap and it's legit 70p from your local grocery shop or anything like that, your chemist, whatever. So this is what I'm using. I've only just started doing soap brows a couple weeks ago, so I'm not very good at them. So bear with me, okay? So what I like to do is I grab my setting spray and I spray it onto the soap to make it a little bit like easy to mix, I guess. So I'm going to take the Spectrum brush to use the soap technique, if that makes sense. So this is the Spectrum A24 and it's got like a little spoolie here. So basically, once I've put the soap on, I'll just like brush my brows like how I want them to go. Wow. Okay, like I know I just did a quick brush there, but this is much better than the spoolie I actually have now. I think probably because I need to clean my spoolie, but I'm loving that. So let's get going. Okay, so just wanted to say as well, I've got a mirror here. So if you see me looking this direction, that is why. Yeah. Okay, this spoolie 100% works way better than the one I've got. I don't know if it is because mine's clogged up, but I don't know if you can see the difference. Obviously this one I haven't brushed out and then that one I have, so I am loving that. Okay, that is amazing. So I've actually heard really good things about these brushes. I've never used them before. I was really gutted because like 5 years ago I went to the clothes show and they had these on sale for like 50p a brush, which is insane, like so cheap for them. And I was always so gutted that I never got them then, because at the time I didn't have much money and I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I should, but I totally should have. But my time has come now. They did a Black Friday sale and I got my parents to get me these for Christmas. So yeah. The one thing I hate about this eyebrow is there's like no hairs here and too many hairs here. So like even when you brush the hairs up here, they're still really clumped together and then I have no hair here. So we're just gonna have to work with that, but I'm actually quite impressed compared to how they normally brush up. So yeah, maybe it's the spoolie and not the actual like product you use, because I was like, this soap brows is like working okay but not as good as I see some people do it, but I'm loving this spoolie. What vibe. Okay, so just wanted to say before I started, I actually did prep my skin with moisturizer, etc, etc. So the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my beauty blender, which is not Spectrum owned. It's actually, I think it's Real Techniques, but it might not be, so don't quote me on that. And I'm just going to go in and do concealer, and then I will start using the Spectrum brushes. So for my concealer, I go in with this green concealer, which is from a collection, and I literally just colour correct like where my spots are like really red, just to like mute them down a bit. And then I have this, which is an eye primer, which I use around my nose and areas where my foundation tends to come off, so like on my eyes, around my nose, that kind of thing. So I just go in with a dabbing motion. As you can still see my spots. It doesn't completely cover them, but the idea that I use this is just to dull down my spots. This one is quite a fresh spot, so realistically it'll probably pop through even if I do cover it, but we're just trying right now to do our best. Okay, so that is my concealer done. Let's move on to foundation. I'm just gonna have a quick look at my notes and see which one is recommended to go in for the foundation. Okay, so the foundation I'm gonna be using today is my trusty Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation and concealer. So this is the 0.5 colour in Clinique. I'm just gonna go in with this on the face. Okay, so I like to just put like dots around the face. This foundation comes on a stick if you haven't seen it before. And I literally just place it like kind of like forehead, cheeks, nose, chin, and then depending on how much coverage you want, I tend to like start with a certain amount, and then if I want to add more later I will do, but I'm not sure how it's going to work with applying with a brush because I've genuinely never applied this foundation with a brush. So we're going in with the C07 brush, which is what I've seen on a lot of tutorials. So we're going to start in the middle of the face and just like, I guess just brush out like this, but like I said, I don't really use brushes to do my foundation. But although, oh my god, I'm like so pleasantly surprised. Oh my god guys, that's like giving me a beauty blender effect, but like my hands aren't getting all covered in foundation. Oh wow guys, I'm genuinely like really impressed, and it fits around, like look, it fits around your face perfectly. Okay, I've only done one like little cheek, but like I'm loving it. This will really be a test because my chin is my problematic area. So yeah, and also once I've had a little go with this brush, I'll start answering, well not answering, but start reading some of my assumptions about me. Yeah, they're not that juicy though because they're my friends, so they're not like you know, like when Molly May does it and the people are like, you're like this, but they have no idea of, like, they don't really know her that well. Like, obviously they know her on screen, but they don't really know her, so like you can get some really funny assumptions. But obviously everyone that follows me mostly knows me, so yeah. I'm kind of using the same motion I would do with my beauty blender. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but I feel like I don't want to streak it out, so I feel like this is what's working, and it does seem to be working in my mirror, so hopefully you can see that on the viewfinder as well. It literally fits, because of the kind of shape of it, it fits around your face really, really nicely. Like, I'm so pleasantly surprised. It's also, just whacked myself in the face with this bit. It is also like quite a soft brush, which is nice, but also firm. I know that sounds crazy, but I found with brushes, and this isn't even just for applying liquid foundation, but for applying foundation, I personally found you want it to be soft so it's nice on the skin, but if it's too soft, it doesn't like fully apply the way you want it to. So it needs to be soft but firm, which I genuinely feel like this brush is. I haven't tried any of the others yet, but first impressions of this one is good. Okay, so now I'm just going to go in and add a little bit on my neck and just a tiny little bit on my face. I'm actually liking this lighter coverage. I normally go full coverage with my beauty blender, but I feel like this brush has like not lost as much foundation as I normally would lose on a beauty blender, which is crazy. So there's just a few areas which have less foundation than others, like maybe in between here by my eyebrows. So I'm just going to add a little bit more and go with that. The only thing I would say is, which I kind of had this impression of applying your foundation with a brush anyways, where your spots are, it can look a bit cakier than when you do it with a beauty blender. So like, it technically covers your spots quite well. Obviously these are going to show anyways because they're like sticking out spots. But like, you know, you're like kind of under the skin spots, it covers well, but it looks kind of a bit cakey in those areas. Whereas with the beauty blender, it does look more like you can see the under the skin spots, but it kind of has a less cakey feel. This doesn't actually feel cakey because the type of foundation I have is quite good, but I can see that it maybe potentially would. But yeah, we'll work with it and see. My nose is something I always struggle with when I'm doing my foundation. Like, my foundation always comes off around my nose. So if anyone has any tips, I also get creasing under my eyes, which I think is inevitable, but my nose, I feel like not everyone gets. Like, a lot of people's foundation does stay on there, so if you've got any tips for that, let me know. Okay, I've just done a really light coverage on my neck, and we'll just work more in later if we need to. Okay, as you can see, looking quite pale, but that's how we move. Okay, so my next step now is to go in with my concealer. This is my under eye brightening concealer, so this is in the shade Extra Fair. It looks darker because I've got my foundation all over the bottle, but it is the fairest shade you can get in this shade, I believe. And I normally used to do triangles under my eyes, but I saw this thing on TikTok where basically it went kind of like round here and then up here, and it made them look less tired. So I'm gonna try it today. Might not work. Maybe we should start with one eye just to see how it works. I'm going in with the A29 brush to do this because this is what Georgia did in her video, so shout out to her. And yeah, I'm just gonna see what happens. I think it does make sense that like bringing it up there makes your eyes look more like tightened there. That makes sense, because when you're putting it there, it is covering the under eyes, but it's also dragging them down, if that makes sense. So like, when I saw this on TikTok, I was like, I never thought about that, but it does make a lot of sense. I also don't like to always do loads of under eye concealer anyways, depending on how tired I'm feeling. But like when I'm at home, like today, I'm not going to want to put loads on because I'm just at home. Like maybe if I was going to work or something and I didn't want to look tired, then I would. But I've also seen the trend on TikTok, I'm just going to go in with the other eye, where people have been like purposely putting on eye bags, which is so bizarre to me because I can't lie, I don't have huge eye bags naturally, but I do when I'm tired, if that makes sense. Like, I know some people will naturally have really dark circles, and I do have them, just not as bad as some people, which I'm very thankful for. But I don't know why you would want to draw them on. Like, I get maybe that's just their aesthetic, which is fine, everyone's entitled to their aesthetic, I guess, but it's just so funny how some people would like wish that away and some people are like fully drawing it on. Like, it's so funny to me. But yeah, like I'm all about like having your own like aesthetic and stuff, so I don't want to like slate them. for doing it, but it's just not my personal preference. Okay, so I think that worked quite well. It has brightened the eyes. At first, you can kind of like see my eye bags a bit more just because I've been pressing around them. But that does tend to go away, like I get that every time I do my makeup. But I feel like it has kind of lifted the area in a really, really subtle way, which is quite nice. Now, the next thing I saw Georgia do on her video was kind of do like little tiny like circular motions around the problematic areas. So mine are here, so we're just gonna have a little go at that. But I've never done this before, so I kind of want to keep it like how I would do my makeup too. So we're just gonna do a little bit. I feel like it needs to be not in the lightening concealer because we're gonna highlight it then. We need to put it in this actual foundation that I use. Okay, maybe we did too much there, but we'll blend it, it's fine. Okay, I don't know if you can see that more now, but this one is not gonna hide anyway. So let's move on to the next step. Okay, so at this point, if you did contour, like liquid contour, cream blush, I guess this is where you'd go and do that. I know a lot of people do tend to do like liquid contour and things like that. I don't contour my face, maybe I should, but I don't. My makeup is quite basic. So yeah, we're just gonna now go in with powder. Georgia uses the D08 powder brush. I'm literally using her video I'm obviously doing my own makeup routine, but I'm using her video to show me what brushes work best. So obviously my outcome's not gonna be the same as hers because she knows what she's doing properly, and she is using different products and like different techniques, but I'm using the same brushes as what she uses, if that makes sense. So I'm now gonna go on my powder. So the powder I use is this Natural Collection powder, purely because it's cheap AF. I think it's $1.99, and I go through powder a lot. I put on way too much than I probably should. But yeah, so we're gonna try and put less on today. But yeah, this is the powder I use, and I use a cheap one purely because I go through so much of it. So we're just gonna put a little bit on there, and then I don't know where to start, but I'm just gonna lightly go over little bits of it. Actually, she did say in her video, which is worth pointing out, maybe I should have done that before, I'll do it on the other side. If you feel like you have excess bits you want to just blend quickly, you can just bounce your beauty blender like over them, which I think is quite a good idea. So just a little bit of that quickly. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to go in with the D08 Spectrum brush, and we're just going to try that again. And just like pat it on very lightly. This is so unlike me. Normally what I would use is the Real Techniques brush, this huge ass brush. This is the B08 Real Techniques brush, and I use this normally because I'm in a rush. Like I don't have this much time normally to do my makeup, so for work I'll literally just be like literally pat it over my whole face like that, and then it's done in like 2 minutes, which I know is not how you're meant to do it, but when you're on a time limit, that's how we do it. So we're trying something different today. Okay, so let me start looking at some of my assumptions about me. The only thing is, right, I've seen some of them, I'm not gonna lie, and they're my friends, so they've obviously left like really nice comments about me, and I don't want to come across like reading them out like I'm so vain, like oh my god I'm such a nice person. Like, but yeah, we'll read them out, but they're not juicy, so I'm sorry. It's not like I assume that you're like a horrible person and then I'm feisty back, like replying to it like I am not, like you're so rude for assuming that, because that's not what's gonna happen. Okay, that was a bit of drama for Jodes. Let's have a look at what they say. Okay, so okay, right, so there is a couple more. So the first one says, you're funny, warm-hearted and beautiful, which, girl, you're hyping me up. This is one of my favourite hype girlfriends. So thank you so much. I don't know that I'm funny. Like, honestly, I feel like I'm really, really unfunny. Like, I'm funny because I do stupid things. Like, I'm not actually funny. Like, you know when people like have like quick humour? Like, I've always been like, I wish I had that quick wit that people have. I unfortunately don't have that, but thanks, I appreciate that you find me funny. And thank you, that's such a compliment. Like the word warm, I've always wanted to be someone that is considered like warm, so I absolutely love that, and I actually would definitely say that for you as well. I'm not gonna say her name because I didn't like say that I'd say people's names on this, so I don't know if they'll want me to. So yeah, thank you. And then the next one is also from someone I know. Sorry. The next one is that you're the best frickin' best. I read that wrong, so let's rewind. It says that you're the, I can't read it sideways, got to turn it around, so that you're the frickin' best girl ever. Thank you so much. You're the best too. I feel like I'm talking to, I don't know if you guys have watched it, but like, not The Sweet Life on Deck, it's like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, where London Tipton like talks to her mirror and her mirror's like, you're amazing, and you're like, no, you're amazing. Like, I feel like that, soz. But honestly, thank you so much. Like, the girl who sent me this is super, super talented at what she does, so hopefully she watches this and sees this little compliment to herself, because you are killing it. Never stop, never doubt yourself. Like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with this brush at this point. I feel like it's time to stop with this powder. I'm just gonna read one more and then I'll read some more later on. So the next one is, you're loud and crazy with good fashion, but a sensitive soul inside, also a good friend. I think that's lovely, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm pretty much loud and crazy. I would say, like, not all the time, but I am loud and crazy. Like, when my energy levels are high, like, I'm loud and crazy, and a lot of the time I have to stop myself, because I'm like, Jodie, you're not the only person in the room, like, because like I can feel myself talking over everyone and I'm like, stop. Like, I am loud and I am quite crazy, and mostly only when I'm around people I'm comfortable with. Like, I am like that anyways, but I'm more like that if I'm comfortable around you, if that makes sense. Like, if you've met me and I've been like reserved or something, it's probably because I'm not 100% comfortable. Not saying that it's because of you I'm not comfortable, but because I haven't settled in the environment yet. But I would say, yeah, I am loud and crazy. And good fashion, thanks, appreciate that. I mean, we didn't do a fashion degree for nothing. Nah, joking. Everyone's fashion is like, kind of like, what's the word where it's like, I can't think what the word is, but it's like when like it's open to like interpretations, like everyone has their different kind of style. Do you get what I mean? But thank you, I appreciate that. It says, but a sensitive soul inside, I would say yes. Girl, I'm so sensitive inside. Like, I get so stressed easy, and like, yeah, but I would never show it, like, as in like only to people I'm very close with. Like, I would never admit it to people I'm not close with. And a good friend, thank you, that's cute. I try to be a good friend. Obviously, you know, I'm not always a good friend, but I try my best, so yeah, that's good. My makeup's setting in now and I'm looking in the mirror like, yes, okay, getting all these compliments and looking at myself like, woo. Anyways, the next one says, you are effing annoying. This is so true. I am very annoying, like seriously annoying. But I'm fine, like if you just tell me to be like, just throw the makeup brush across the room. One sec. Yeah, I definitely am annoying, but if you tell me to tone it down, I'll be like, right, okay. But don't tell me in a nasty way, don't be like, oh, shut up, because I'll be like, you shut up. Like, but like if you're like, you know, like, I just need some quiet time right now, but fair enough, I get you. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, okay, let's move on to the next section of the makeup. Okay, this is the bronzer I use. It is the Bourjois chocolate bronzer. I don't know if it's actually called chocolate, but the packaging is chocolate. I don't know whether to try another brush now or to go in with the same one. I'm kind of tempted to try something else just to see what it's like. There's a few options actually. I don't really know which one to go in with. So my options are, this is probably what I'd go for, because I always go for the fattest ones, but bronzer is meant to be applied in just certain places, but I'm just the all over the face kind of gal. This one looks quite similar to, no, I feel like that's too. Let us try this one. So this is the A05 brush, which is going to take a little bit there, and I'm actually going to try and do it in a more of a contour shape, because I normally go all over my face, but I know that's not what you're meant to do. So seeing as we're filming ourselves, let's just try and do like that little Kim K3 shape. I know this is bronzer, not contour, so you know. I actually feel that this bronzer barely picks up anything. Like, I don't really know if it does anything, but we're out here trying to use it anyways. I think maybe what it is my palette is just a bit, needs a little bit of a clean. So we're just gonna go over the cheeks. Okay, I feel like it's contouring my face a little bit. Can you see that on the camera? Like, pop. Okay, that's all right, I'm liking it, yes. We working this angle. Okay, I'm quite pleased with that actually. Maybe I should do this more often. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is go in with my blush and highlight. So right now I'm using this broken, very broken palette. It's by Makeup Revolution. I think I trod on it, which is why it's broken. So I've got to choose a brush to go in with for blush. So I'm just gonna have a little look at some of my brushes. This one seems quite nice actually. I might go in with this one. So this is the Spectrum B08 brush. And I think I'm gonna go in with, actually, I normally go in with some of the bright shades, but today I'm like, maybe we don't. Maybe we go in with these two shades. I'm gonna combine them together a little bit. See what look we can get with that. Oh, okay. This isn't very blendable. It literally just patted it on. So let's try another brush. Let's try the, A05 I just used. Let's try the A26 brush and see what happens there. Okay, that blends a bit nicer. Okay, I've just put so much on, like, oh my god. I'm gonna have to blend this. We're just gonna do it the same side, and then we're gonna have to work out how to blend it, I think. These don't feel like blending brushes, so let's try the A05. Okay, the A05 tends to blend it a bit better, I think. It's fine though. I knew that this would happen because you don't know what the brushes are like to, like, try them out, if that makes sense. So we're just gonna try and blend that because, oh my god, that is so much blush, and it's not even like just pink, it's like brown, so it kind of looks like I've done bronzer and blush wrong. But maybe I should do circling motions. Let's try that. I feel like if you went to visit me as like one of those makeup artists, I'd be like one of those 1-star review ones, but then maybe they'd like me because they were like, if they like chatty people, they'd be like, you're a babe. Not sure about the makeup, but you're a babe. But if they didn't like chatty people, they'd be like, oh my god, she chats way too much and she can't do makeup. So then I get 1-star review. I love watching those videos on YouTube though. I'm like so obsessed with them. I don't know if anyone that's watching this has watched them, but they're like, I went to a 1-star reviewed, and then it could be like a makeup artist, hairstylist, tattoo artist. Definitely would not recommend doing it, especially not, like, people go to hotels and everything, but especially not a tattoo artist, because like that's legit going to be on your skin forever. You can get all kinds of infections. Like, obviously would not recommend, sorry, just dropped my makeup brush again. I obviously would not recommend going to like a makeup artist's 1-star review because also could be unhygienic. However, can you imagine going to like a 1-star tattoo rated place? Like, no thanks. But I love watching them. They're like so good. But also I would never have the guts to say back to like them some of the things that people say. Like, some people are like, you're doing that wrong. Like, if someone was doing it on my face, I'd be like, okay, thanks. Like, I feel like I was being rude otherwise. Okay, so next for highlight, I'm just going to use the same palette just because I forgot to bring my actual other highlight powder over here. So I'm going to try and use this little glowy one here. I normally use a fan brush for this, but there isn't a fan brush in this collection, so I'm just going to have a little think about which one I could use instead. Okay, definitely don't think that this brush is made for this, but we're going to try it. This is the A03 brush. It's a flat brush. I'm pretty sure that this is not for putting on highlight, but you know, we move, we try things. Okay, so yeah, that feels like more of like a packing on brush. We'll try something else. What about this cute little one? What is this one? This is the B05. Okay, they all sound like the same thing to me. Like, every time I pick it up, I'm like, have I done that before? Like, have I used that brush before? I don't know. Okay, this again is quite a firm brush, so also don't think it's for highlight, but we're here now. Yeah, I definitely need something else. Cool. A04, we're going in with ya. Okay, cute. We're gonna go over my beauty blender on little bits because we're just gonna. Can you see the creasing over my eyes? We're gonna sort that out in a minute. We're gonna do eyeshadow, don't worry. Okay, that's cute. We're going with that. Next, we're gonna move on to the eyes. So I'm just gonna have a quick check which ones. I'm going mainly with George's recommendations for brushes actually, because her video is really good. I would recommend it. Like I said, I'll link it below. Which one she uses, and I'll work from there. May use some of my own, obviously. I'll use a completely different eyeshadow technique to her because she actually knows what she's doing, and I'm just going to play around. But we'll try and use the same brushes at least. Okay, so I'm now going to go in with the NIKKIE Tutorials palette. This is my first time using it, and normally I'm such a bright eyeshadow kind of gal, but I'm wearing brown today and there is quite a few browns in this palette, although there is also a lot of brights. I'm thinking that I might actually try some of the browns, which is very unlike me. I'm definitely more of a pink, orange, that kind of vibe. But I'm trying to show you without like getting everything in the mirror. But yeah, there's quite a few browns. So I'm thinking I'm going to go in with, I'll put it on screen instead of holding it up each time. But these are the eye shadow brushes. I've got B07 and B06. I'm thinking I'm going to start with Zuma. I think it's called Zuma, I'm not sure. And it's quite a light colour, and normally I start with the dark colour, but I think I'm going to try and build up this time. So I'm just going to go in with the B07 brush right now, and I'm just going to try and like start on the corners, like outer corners, but also, who knows, I kind of just go for it and see what happens with my eyes normally. Okay, that is lovely. First impressions is I love it. Like, okay. It feels soft, buttery, and blendable, even though I haven't blended it, but you know, you can just tell straight away. But also the pigmentation is there, so we're loving that. I don't know that I should have put it up in that angle, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna try and blend it and see how that works. Okay, so I feel like the product blends, but I'm not sure that I would use this brush for blending. So I'm actually going to try the B06 brush for blending. Okay, yeah, that feels much more like me. So I think this one is good for like getting in like certain areas, like around here, because it is slightly tapered. Whereas the B06 just feels something like more what I'm more used to for blending. I'm not saying this one's not good, I think it definitely is, but I'm just more used to this style of brush. Okay, I'm really pleased with that. This is like a peachy kind of colour. And I really like it. Like, I think it's really cute. I feel like I don't want to do anything else. Like, I think this just looks nice subtly, but I wanted to like try out this palette properly. So I feel like I've got to add in more colours now, but I just really like this subtle look. Like, it just looks really nice like this. So yeah, I really don't want to add to it, but we're going to. That's cute though, just like that. Like, honestly, I think that's a vibe. Okay, let's just go in for Mila, which is a brown colour. I will try it with, actually, let's try another brush. Let's try, this one is a lot smaller, feels like a blending brush also still. This is the B11, so I'm just going to try like a little bit of, not the darkest brown, but Mila, which will go just like round here, I think. We'll just see what happens. I put the smallest amount on my brush, just like one tap. Okay, that's cute. Honestly, NIKKIE Tutorials is like a makeup god. Like, she knows what she's doing. Oh my god, I love this. I feel like an actual makeup artist. This is insane. Like, wow. The brushes are insane. The eyeshadow is insane. Like, what more could you want? This is actually such a dream. Like, ugh, I can't wait to just do so many looks with this. Look how nice that is. Like, wow. Oh, I can't. It's so cute. It's kind of like an orangey brown, this one, but that like suited the colour I already had on really well. Let's do a little zoom in so you can see my eyes a bit better. Okay, so I've zoomed in just a little bit just so you can see a little bit more of what I'm doing with my eyes. Like I said, I'm not a makeup artist, so this isn't like a proper correct technique, but you can just see what I'm doing. I really like it. I'm going to try and blend some of this into the middle a bit more. So damn cute. Also, my eyelids are like two different shapes, so I feel like one eye always looks like I've done my eyeshadow completely different on the other eye, but like most of the time it's literally just because they're different shapes, so it's really hard to get them looking the same. Okay, so I think we're gonna go in like really subtly. Let me just choose a brush. Maybe this one. This is like really small, so like maybe almost as if like a brown liner kind of style, with the A13 brush, but with the NIKKIE Tutorials palette, and this shade is called 5 AM. Sorry about my lips looking crusty, we'll sort that out. They're foundation lips. I've literally just dabbed a tiny bit on my brush here, and I'm just gonna see what happens if I take it out here. Okay, that legit looks like I've got brown eyeliner on and it's just eyeshadow. I'm loving it. Okay, we're gonna do it on this side too, and then we're gonna blend. Yes, it's a vibe. Let's blend it out. Okay, that is the current look. I feel like I want to do something under my eyes, but I don't know. Like, should we just go all out and do like green under the eyes? This could completely not work though. So I'm not sure whether I should or not. I'm tempted to go in with like the bold green, but honestly I could look like I'm going to a Halloween party, so I'm not sure whether I want to kill it or not, because I quite like what we're working with right now. I might try and go in with Ivy with this brush here, which is the B10 brush. Ivy's just like a shimmer shade, and I just want to test out what the shimmer's like, because shimmers can be very hit and miss. Oh wow. Oh, it's stunning. Stunning. Okay, she's really done well with this palette, like, for sure. We love it. Oh, how stunning is that? I can't even get over. And these brushes are so good. Oh my god. I just can't. This whole thing is like just a vibe for me. Okay, so I'm thinking we actually go in with a dark shimmer called Mr. Tutorials, and we go in with it. It's like a goldy kind of shimmer. It's not seeming to pick up loads on my brush. We're just gonna try it there. Okay, it does come out, it just doesn't pick up on the brush the same. I think I actually put too much on there, but we'll work with it, it's fine. I'm gonna have to put as much on this side as well now. Okay, let's try and blend that a little bit. Okay, I really want to just go in and do like a proper like blue number under the eyes, but it could go so badly. I've genuinely never put eyeshadow on my eyes before, so I really just don't know how this is going to go, but I'm feeling that we just try it. Like, why not? What's the worst that can happen? I feel like the worst that can happen is it will go wrong. And yeah, we'll just try it. Oh god, I'm scared. I'm actually scared. Why am I scared? No one cares. We're just at home. Okay, we're going in with the colour Ooh. It looks quite pigmented. I'm using the A27 brush. Okay, can you see that? Maybe we start off in just the corners. Oh, okay, I quite like it, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we could kill it, but it could work. So let's just try and see where it goes. I quite like it, I'm not gonna lie to you. In a weird kind of way, like I know a lot of people won't like this. I think green and brown actually go really nicely together. This definitely is not the finished look, guys, so don't hate just yet. I've kind of taken it up into like an eyeliner kind of look. So like it starts under the eyes, but it becomes an eyeliner. I'm actually gonna go in with the concealer brush I had earlier, if I can find it. Okay, I can't find the one I had earlier, but this 18 looks quite nice to just like tidy up under the green so that the green doesn't like spread too far down. Like I want to keep it like blended but quite sharp, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, that's fun. We like it. It may look weird to some people, but don't really care. Your opinion is irrelevant. That sounded really rude. Oops. Okay, do we go in and do yellow in the corner of the eye, or will that just absolutely kill the vibe? Like, let me zoom out and see. Okay, I think we're gonna do yellow in the corner of the eye, although my battery is dying, so I don't know how much of this I'm gonna get on camera. Okay, this is actually so funny to me because I've just looked at it again off camera and I'm like, oh, I don't like it. So one minute I'm like, it looks cool, and next minute I'm like, no, what the hell have you done? So we're just gonna go in with it and just try the yellow, because if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. What is gonna go so wrong? Don't know how much of this I'm gonna get on camera, like I said, because my battery is slowly dying. So we're going in with the A12 brush, and the shade is called VLA. I'm not sure what all these shades mean, sorry about it, NIKKIE. I do actually watch her videos, but I'm not like hardcore fan, but I genuinely watch all of her videos, so. Okay, I'm not sure about this shade. I genuinely love yellow, but I'm not sure. Okay, it's a bit better now, I've put a bit more on. Let's zoom in so you can see. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that there. That's gonna pick up on camera. Just put a yellow here. I feel like I'm trying to be NIKKIE Tutorials with all these colours she puts in these places. But on her, they always look so good. And look at me, like, I look like a clown. Like, I guess I haven't used colours that complement each other. Like I would never really put green, yellow and brown together, and shimmer and matte. But I just wanted to try and see what these like they're like what the shades are like, how they blend and how they work. So at the end of the day, I guess it doesn't really matter what the overall makeup look is like, because this was just for some fun. I was going to film a video after this, but I'm not so sure I will now with this makeup, because if people haven't watched this, they'll probably think, what the hell? But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what people think, but it depends if I decide I like it or not, I guess. Okay, so that is the look right now. We've got yellow in the corners, brown on here, and green out here. It's a certain type of vibe, I'll tell you that. Okay, so I feel like at this point, we just stop, because I'm gonna end up with every single colour on my face. So at this point, I am gonna go in with mascara. I was gonna do eyeliner, but I feel like with what we've already got going on right now, I'm not sure that that's gonna work too well, because I normally go with black eyeliner up along here, but I've already got the green going on. So yeah, I'm not really sure how that would work. So I'm thinking for now, we just do mascara and see what that looks like. So this is obviously not a new product, but the mascara I use is the Clinique High Impact Mascara. My camera's gonna turn off any minute, so most of this will probably be done off camera. So I'll see you in 2 seconds. Okay, so off camera I went ahead and put my mascara on. I've decided to not do eyeliner today. I think I'm going to quickly try a little eyebrow thing. I've never used this pencil, I didn't get it for Christmas, but I thought since I've never used it, I'll give it a go on my little try out first impressions video today. So this is the Rimmel London pencil in Hazel. I am not very good at doing my eyebrows, so I'm just gonna like fill in little areas of them, but like not too over the top, because we've already got such a bold eye look going on. Honestly, I think that's enough for me. Like, I don't think I want more than that. I am genuinely so impressed with this Spectrum spoolie though. Like, wow. So I'm just gonna go over and brush them up. They're quite solid because of the soap, but just where they need a little bit more brushing up where possible. Okay, I'm quite impressed with that. So next is lips. I never ever ever overline my lips. I mean, not even overline, but I never even lip line them. So I thought today, seeing as we're doing a whole not very Jodie look, let's try out some lip liners. I have got this one here, which is the MAC one in the shade, it says Naked, but this one is like, honestly, I feel like it's just the colour of foundation, so let's not bother with that one. This one is the GRWM lip liner, and it's a brown colour. I don't know if it says a shade on it, it doesn't, but it's just like a brown shade. So this is not me at all, but I'm thinking, why not try it out? So yeah, we're just gonna do that. I'm not gonna overline to start with, because I've never overlined my lips and I don't know what it will look like, but yeah. Again, my camera battery may cut out. This is actually so difficult, like what the hell? I'm gonna blend that a little bit with my finger. Makes it look less severe. Okay, so this is my lips, not overlined at all. That is literally just on my lip. I heard this technique that if you do a bit in the middle and a bit at the sides, it makes your lips look bigger, but I don't know if that's true, but we'll try it. I'm blending it out because it just looks really severe otherwise. Okay, so that is my lips lined. I'm now going to go in with the Clinique Lipstick, which is in the shade Nude Pop. It's not really very bright for me. It's very, very nude and severe for me. I'm more of a bright and happy kind of lip colour gal. So I'm thinking we'll try and go in with this, which is the same kind of shade, but it's just a bit more Jodie because it's metallic. So this is the NYX Cosmetic Metals, and yeah, I'm just going to try this. It's a liquid lipstick. I'm not sure how it's going to work. It could completely kill the vibe, but we'll give it a go because you can always wipe off lips. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to dry and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I went ahead off screen and finished off the lip look. I actually am kind of liking this look. Like, it's definitely not my normal look. I feel like I've kind of merged like the greens and yellows are the brightness of what I would normally go for with the browns, which is like trending at the moment. So it's a merge of me and trends, and it's kind of not one thing or the other, but I also kind of like it. It's like I said, it's not necessarily me, and it's not like a whole like generic look, but I kind of like it in a weird way. So yeah, I don't know if I do it again, but for this little video I think it's turned out okay. So there's one more product that I want to try, which is what I got for Christmas, and it is this Spectrum little body. Here's the packaging, and it's called Spectrum Oceana, so it's face and body liquid drops. So I'm thinking this could completely go wrong, but I'm thinking we just put like a little bit on the back of my hand or something like that, or on the brush, and we try and like work it in for like a little bit of highlight or something like that. So let me choose a brush for that. I'm thinking, what am I thinking? I don't know what I'm thinking yet. I'm thinking maybe this one, because we haven't used this one yet. I don't know that it's right for this kind of thing. It's the B08 brush, but why not give it a go? And whilst I'm doing that, I'm gonna answer some more assumptions, well, read some more assumptions out. So let's have a look at some more. Okay, this one says, right, this one's really interesting because this is from someone who's only met me once. Lovely, lovely, lovely girl, but it's really interesting to see her assumptions about me, because obviously she doesn't know me as well as some of like my best friends, but obviously I have met her, so it's quite an interesting one for me. It says that you're so organised, career driven and going places, what I thought when I met you. That is such a lovely assumption, thank you so, so much. I would say I'm mostly organised. I'm like an organised mess. I love things to be organised, but I also am a very messy person. So if you look at my desk right now, all my brushes are everywhere, but later on I'll organise it all. So I'm like a messy organised person, if that makes sense. I always tidy up my stuff, but whilst I'm working, everything is very messy. So that's how I describe myself. But yeah, I love the fact that you said that. Career driven and going places, I love that. This last year has been kind of hard because of coronavirus, so I haven't been able to kind of push myself in the career direction I've necessarily wanted to, but I appreciate that you like say that about me, because we actually met like after/during COVID, so that's really nice that you still thought that about me, whilst obviously it's been a difficult time for me, so I have had a lot of doubts. So that genuinely just means a lot that you say that you think I'm going places. So yeah, that's so, so nice. The next one is you're born looking glam. No, hun, like, no, like, oh my gosh. If you, well, I was quite, like, not the whole of primary school, but the beginning of primary school, I'd say I was probably quite tomboyish. But I wasn't later on, but if you see me not in makeup around my house, I am such a slob. Like, I live in my loungewear, trackies and pyjamas and no makeup, hair a mess. Like, I look so slobby and the most unglam thing you've ever seen. It's only when I'm on video and things like that that you actually see me looking like glam, and when I go out the house. So yeah, I wasn't born glam, but I do love glam. So yeah, now I'm gonna try this one out before I start another assumption. So it comes this little like drop form like this. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand, just a very little bit, and then we're gonna kind of, I don't know if you can see that, but it's on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna like dab my brush into it, which has kind of dabbed it into my hand, but it's also gone onto the brush too. So, oh, that's cute. Okay, we like that. I don't know if you can see that, but that is cute AF. We're gonna have to work some powder over, I think, just to make it blend in a little bit, but I really do like that. This is actually something I probably wouldn't use on the face normally. I would probably use this as like a body shimmer, like it says it is, like on the collarbones if you're going out to a party, but I just thought I'd try it out now, and I do really, really like it so far. It's just taken some of the makeup off my nose, which isn't great, but normally where I'd put this, I wouldn't say I would put makeup, like I wouldn't have makeup down here, so it would be just like a nice little shimmer that you'd add. So it does need some blending, otherwise it's just gonna look like a streak, but it is cute. So I'm just gonna let that dry a bit because it's quite wet and I don't want to blend it whilst it's wet. Maybe I could with the sponge actually. It smells really good actually. Actually, maybe it's the pear soap where I've blended this on the pear soap. Yes, I am loving that. That's such a vibe. Okay, so I think that is the finished look. I think I haven't even been through all my assumptions yet. I might actually, this has only been up for 2 hours. So I may get some more and just add them in a vlog, or like when I'm filming a vlog, and just answer some of them. So one of them says, these are the anonymous ones on Snapchat. So the ones I read before, I knew who they were from because they're on Instagram. So on Snapchat, I've got one that says, you're lovely. So that is very nice, especially to send that anonymously. So thank you very much. I'm lovely when I'm not, well, I don't want to say I'm lovely, that's very vain. I try to be lovely. It's harder when I'm stressed or hungry or tired. I'm not gonna lie. If you see me when I'm stressed, hungry and tired, I'm not a great person to be around. But I do try to be nice, but you know, yeah. The next one is, you're popular, well-liked and super confident. I don't know, like, of course my camera cut out of battery, but it says you're popular, well-liked and super confident. Okay, so there's 3 things to this. Super confident. Honestly, it really just depends. Like, obviously I'm a really chatty person, so I think naturally people think if you're very chatty that you're confident. And I would say that I generally am quite confident, but it really depends with what it is in. So in terms of myself and like talking to people, I am quite confident. But there is areas I'm not confident in, like especially like my work. Yeah, I work hard, but I'm not the most confident at what I do. Like, I'm always like checking, oh, is this okay? Like, I don't know if this is okay, and I think I need to be more like, I need to grow more confidence in the work that I do. And I'm not confident with certain things. It depends if I feel comfortable, honestly, in my settings. And the thing is, you're well liked. I don't know, like, I would say that I would hope my friends like me because I like them. Like, I genuinely love my friends and family. Like, I love my friends, like, so I would hope that they like me too, but you never know what people say about you. But I don't think I have friends like that, so I think I have good friends that hopefully like me, I don't know. And the next thing is, you're popular. I don't know, I don't think so, like, really not. Basically, I would say that popularity is just not really a thing now, is it? Like, I don't know, like, I feel like in high school popularity was a thing, and then since high school, like, there isn't really like popularity. Like, I don't know, I don't think so. I feel like I know quite a few people, because I've always done like when I was at school, I even did like every single after school club. Like, I knew people through like drama, through like art club, like all that kind of stuff. But I don't know that I was popular. I just knew a lot of people, if that makes sense. Like, I definitely wasn't popular. Like, I wasn't like, I wouldn't say I was a popular girl, but I was just, I know quite a few people, if that makes sense. But I definitely don't want to be like, I'm like Regina George, because there's no way, absolutely I'm not. Like, I'm definitely not, I was never like the most popular girl in school or anything like that. Like, and like now I wouldn't say I am either. Like, I just have my friends, and like I would just generally say that I'm not popular, but I just know quite a few people. But like, if I was to move away from where I live, then I wouldn't know a lot of people, if that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't know anyone, so it's like a construct that doesn't really make sense. So no, but also I don't want to say completely no, because I'm not saying I'm not popular, but I do know, I know some people, do you know what I mean? I don't even know how to answer that question, that assumption. I hope that doesn't make me sound like a complete idiot. Yeah, but this is the final look. I hope you like it. I'm very pale today, like I've already mentioned, so I feel like this look would look much better if I was tanned as usual, but I'm not tanned, so we're here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, genuinely it would mean the world to me if you did subscribe. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and always for supporting me, and my friends for always supporting me, sending me my assumptions in and liking my videos. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Thank you, bye.